Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we are strapping in for a really fascinating look at the 2026 bridal fashion landscape.
Mm-hmm.
And the big story isn't some new silhouette, it's color.
Yeah.
We've got a stack of sources showing this definitive shift away from just plain white and ivory.
And the thing you have to grasp right away is that this is so much more than just a trend. It's a cultural shift.
Right?
For decades, the wedding dress was stuck in this very narrow color palette, but for 2026, brides are putting their own expression first. They want colors that reflect their personality, their skin tone, their entire wedding.
So our mission today is to really unpack this. We're going to get into how designers are using color from like hidden linings that make lace pop to these entire collections in rosewood, blush, and even black.
Yeah, we want you to walk away knowing how these new choices work with classic styles and maybe most importantly with your own skin tone.
Okay, so let's start right at the foundation.
Yeah.
Because even the word white is confusing in the bridal world.
Well, absolutely.
So what is the practical, technical difference between a white dress and an ivory dress?
It's a huge distinction. A true white gown, sometimes they'll call it diamond white, has absolutely no other color mixed into it. It's pure.
Okay.
And because of that, the fabric actually has a cool undertone. If you see it in bright light, that diamond white satin can almost look a little blue.
So it's like the high definition choice, that really crisp, cool white.
Precisely. And that cool tone looks just spectacular on darker skin tones. It gives you maximum contrast, so it makes the flowers, accessories, the tux, everything just pops.
Ivory's the opposite then.
Ivory is the total opposite. It's a warmer color because there's a little bit of cream, sometimes even a touch of yellow mixed into the fabric.
And what's the effect of that warmth?
Well, ivory tends to look best on lighter or fair skin because it softens that contrast. It has a more vintage or, a softer, more timeless feel. And our sources all confirm globally ivory is still the most popular color. But you have to remember, most people just see it as white until you hold it right up next to a true stark white dress.
That distinction is so key. But there's a third option now, right?
Yeah.
Especially with the modern, sleeker dresses. What about pearl or natural white?
That's the modern neutral. Pearl is often what you see in crepe fabrics, those really smooth, minimalist dresses. It's called natural white because it's warmer than stark white, but it has less cream than a deep ivory.
So it's softer.
Incredibly soft. And it works beautifully on fair skin, especially for like a destination or a beach wedding where that stark white might look a bit too harsh in the bright sun.
It really seems like knowing your personal skin tone is the most critical decision you can make before you even set foot in a store.
It's the launch pad for everything.
You know-
I mean, if you have warm skin tones, so you look better in gold jewelry, your veins might look a little greener, you're going to look amazing in earthy tones.
Like what?
Think amber, beige, rich browns, olive green, and for pastels, you'd go for peach, coral, lavender.
And for cool-toned people.
So if you're cool-toned, you prefer silver, your veins look more blue, you should lean into jewel tones.
Ruby, sapphire.
Exactly. Ruby, sapphire, amethyst, emerald. They just enhance your natural coloring. Plus, you've got your blue-based purples, greens, and reds, and of course, black and gray.
And that's not just for picking a full-color dress, is it?
No, not at all. It's absolutely crucial for choosing those colored linings that are honestly driving the market right now.
Okay, yes, let's unpack that. The underlayer strategy. This is where the real innovation seems to be happening. We're talking about color underneath the dress.
This is the genius move. Designers are using lining colors like champagne, mocha, blush, even deep pink, and they're putting them right under a sheer layer of ivory lace.
So if the dress is still supposed to look white, why add a darker lining? Is it just to give it a hint of pink?
It's really about visibility. It's about dimension. The whole purpose of that colored lining is to create contrast.
Oh, interesting.
Think about it. In an all-ivory dress, the beautiful, delicate detail in the lace, whether it's a fine chantilly or a heavier Venice lace, it can get lost.
It just blends in.
Right, it washes out. But by adding that colored lining, the lace applique just pops. It becomes three-dimensional. You can see it from across the room.
And this goes right back to what you were saying about skin tone.
Absolutely. If you have warm skin, you're going to gravitate to those latte or mocha linings with their warm yellow undertones. But a listener with cool skin might try on that same dress and feel like it's washing them out.
That's why you have to try them on. You can't just buy online based on a picture.
You really can't.
And here's where it gets really interesting because we actually have the data. The source we looked at had this Maddie Lane example. A dress sold in all ivory and one with a mocha lining.
The data is just shocking. The difference in how that lace detail appeared was night and day.
Wow.
The mocha lining turned it into this perfect boho romantic style. And get this, the source said the mocha version outsold the all ivory version by a massive, overwhelming margin.
That's a huge statement from consumers.
Yeah.
It means brides are actively choosing that dimension over strict tradition.
They are.
But does that risk being a trend that doesn't age well in photos? Are you going to look back and think, why did I get the brown line dress?
That's a fair question, but the consensus is no. And that's because the color is serving a structural purpose. It's there to highlight the artistry of the lace. It's not just some random saturated color.
So it looks intentional.
Exactly. It creates this sophisticated depth that actually photographs beautifully. It often looks warmer and richer than a flat, stark white ever could.
Okay, so if the underlayer is taking off, what happens when designers bring that color up from the lining to the actual surface of the gown?
Well, they're getting incredibly creative. We're seeing surface applications that integrate color right into the design. Things like colorful floral appliques sewn directly onto a structured corset bodice.
Or embroidery.
Yes, vibrant, complex embroidered florals on fabrics like silk mikado.
Hang on, stop there. For our listener, what exactly is silk mikado?
Great question. Silk mikado is a really luxurious, thick, structured silk blend. It's what you choose for a very formal, high-drama ball gown because it holds its shape. It doesn't flop around.
Right, it's a perfect canvas.
It's the perfect canvas for those heavy, colorful embroideries and the 3D florals we're seeing.
And these are 3D flowers with actual color, not just white or ivory.
Oh, yeah. Designers like Maura Lee and Stella York are leaning hard into 3D colored florals. Take the Maura Lee Raquel gown. It's known for using these really vibrant, saturated colors as a central design feature on the bodice, and then they cascade down over the hips.
That sounds incredible.
It even has a keyhole back that's framed with a colorful lace illusion train. It's a real statement.
So, beyond those dimensional treatments, what about color that's actually printed onto the fabric itself?
That's a great option for a softer feel. It usually happens on more lightweight fabrics, which are perfect for A-line dresses.
And the A-line is the universally flattering shape.
It is. It nips in at the waist and flows out, so it works on basically every body type. And printing the color gives you this beautiful movement and drape that you just can't get with heavy appliques.
Do you have any, theme-specific examples?
For sure. We see a lot of sky blueprints for, say, a summer or a beach wedding. It has that timeless romance feel. And for a spring garden wedding, you'll see these gorgeous blush and green prints.
And they often have those detachable elements. Right?
Exactly, like detachable off-the-shoulder long sleeves. So the bride can have one look for the ceremony and a different one for the reception.
Okay, now we have to talk about the most dramatic shift of all. The full-color gowns. Rosewood, navy, and the one that's just taken over.
Black.
The black wedding dress. It's genuinely exploding.
It's remarkably popular, and it's a very high-fashion, high-concept choice.
It's a complete rejection of tradition.
A complete rejection of the whole purity symbolism. Instead, it's about sophistication, power, high romance. Our source even hosts an entire black wedding dress show every October.
With matching veils and everything.
With matching black veils. It's a whole mood.
So what do these modern edge gowns look like? They must have to be pretty luxurious to pull out such a bold color.
They really rely on structure and rich fabrics. We see gowns like the Kitty Chen Maureen, which is very regal and has these detachable statement sleeves made of satin rosettes.
Customization is key.
It's everything. And another one is the Evie Young Twiggy. It uses a basque waist, that beautiful V shape that dips down.
Oh, to elongate the torso?
Yes. And it has these distinct, structured cat-eye necklines. This is for the bride who sees her wedding day as her own personal runway.
So what about the bride who hears all this and loves the idea of color, but still really wants that traditional white or ivory base?
Accessories are the perfect compromise.
That's the strategy.
Absolutely. If you pick an ivory dress, you can bring in your color palette, which you should have figured out early through a sash or a bow at the waist. It's a perfect way to coordinate with flowers, decor, bridesmaids.
And that sash placement is a great style tip.
It is. Gowns with a dropped waist or that basque waist, like the Parvati gown, they look stunning with a colored sash. It just emphasizes the structure.
And then, of course, your shoes and jewelry.
Never forget the power of a pop of color shoe.
Okay, let's wrap this up with some planning advice. For our listener who's about to start this journey in a market that is full of all these amazing but overwhelming options, Where do you start?
Start by educating yourself. Do the research first. Understand the timelines dresses can take like 8 months and the lingo we've been using.
And the Pinterest board.
The Pinterest board is
Yeah.
non-negotiable. Don't just pin dresses, pin styles. Figure out if you like sleek and minimalist or structured and classic. It saves so much paralysis later on.
And then, when it's time to actually shop.
Research the salons, look at their websites, their social media, their reviews, make sure they carry the styles and price points you want, and find one that embraces these modern takes, like convertible dresses, alongside the traditional stuff.
And have your color palette ready to go?
Have your color palette ready. It's crucial.
Which brings us to the stylist. That partnership seems more important than ever.
The stylist is your guide in this new world. You have to bring your Pinterest board. Show them your vision. They're experts at offering ideas you haven't even thought of.
Right?
For example, so many brides love a simple, clean dress, but then they try it on and they feel like it's maybe not bridal enough.
That is such a common feeling, that it's beautiful, but it's missing that wow moment.
Exactly. And a great stylist can solve that in a second. They'll suggest adding intricate back details or maybe a detachable, dramatic cathedral train for the ceremony.
So you get the drama, but you can take it off for the party.
You get both. It's all about maximizing your personality within the gown.
Well, this deep dive makes it pretty clear that color is the defining feature of 2026 bridal style. Whether it's a subtle mocha lining or a full-on black statement gown.
That's the synthesis. I mean, while ivory is still #1 in sales, the huge success of colored linings, that mocha example proves it, it signals a real consumer shift. Brides aren't asking how they fit the tradition anymore.
They're making the tradition fit them.
Exactly.
And that leaves us with a pretty big question for you to think about. If the traditional role of white is fading in favor of this kind of personalization, and we're seeing the rise of choices as bold as a black wedding dress, what does the future really hold for the cultural symbolism of the wedding gown? And I mean, how much further will tradition stretch before the idea of a bridal color disappears completely? We'll leave you with that thought.